In addition to the standard skulls and terminals, Halo 2 Anniversary had a series of collectible dolls hidden throughout its levels, viewable only in Anniversary mode. These can be found on any difficulty. The Master Chief doll can be found on the level Delta Halo. When you get to the bridge section, you'll want to grab a ghost and backtrack just a bit to where you encountered Jackal snipers earlier, overlooking this lake. I recommend switching to the classic graphics for the part that comes next. Looking out onto the lake, turn left and use the ghost to boost up this cliff wall. Drive along the ridge here until you see this peninsula. When you get to the tip of the peninsula, switch back to Anniversary mode and you'll find the Master Chief. The Prophet of Regret doll can be found, quite appropriately, on the level Regret. Make sure you activate the Sputnik skull before loading up the level. While not necessary, the bandana skull can also be activated to ensure you have unlimited grenades, as a grenade jump will be necessary. From the start of the level, exit the temple and rather than continuing, look to the right to see another temple, the bridge to it destroyed. Grenade jump across the gap, then grenade jump onto this upper platform, walk around to the back of the temple, and you'll find the Regret doll. The Arbiter doll can be found on the level Sacred Icon. Once again, it's recommended you activate the Sputnik skull for this one. Not long after the level starts, you'll come to this bridge and Tartarus will say,
"You're getting close to one of the shield generators. Many of my brutes have fallen attempting to take it down."
Once across the bridge, turn left and grenade jump into the rafters. Walk to the end of the rafter and in a hole on the left is the Arbiter doll. The Tartarus doll can be found at the very end of the level Quarantine Zone. Once again, turn on the Sputnik skull. When you reach the library after the gondola ride, get off the gondola, turn right, and grenade jump onto this structure. At the very top is the Tartarus doll. The Cortana Doll can be found on the level Gravemind. When you get to the very first of these valleys full of natural foliage and rock, right after the prison sequence, walk around the area on the right side until you come to this rock near an archway. Jump onto the rock, then onto the archway, and make your way over this large rock onto the edge of the area. Walk along this edge until you find the Cortana Doll at the very end. The next doll is the Librarian Doll, found on Uprising. You'll get to a section where you fight off some brutes, one of whom comes in on a ghost. Rather than advancing in the level, switch to classic graphics, jump onto this edge, then onto these two rocks, then grenade jump onto the top of this cliff. Turn right and walk along the inner edge until you find this natural bridge, and then walk to the other side. Walk along this edge for a bit, crouch or grenade jump up here, then continue along this cliff edge. Keep going as shown on screen until you get to what is essentially the end of this cliff edge. Switch to Anniversary mode when you do, and waiting there is the Librarian Doll. Next, we have the Rampant Cortana Doll on High Charity. You'll find this in the first of these garden rooms, which will have Flood and Covenant fighting each other the first time you arrive. Moving to the other side of the room, you'll find a large stone arch. Jump onto the arch, walk to its very top, and you'll find the Rampant Cortana Doll. The final doll, the Didact Doll, can be found on the level The Great Journey. At the start of the level, grab a Spectre and advance through the level like normal, keeping the Spectre in good condition. Leave it outside by the Scarab when you arrive at the Forerunner structure, and fight your way through until you get to the cutscene with Johnson and the Scarab. After the cutscene, drop down to ground level and grab the Spectre. Drive to where the level starts and then drive over this ledge. Don't drive over on the left side because the level might think you've fallen too far and automatically trigger a death. At this point, switch to classic graphics if you haven't already. Hang to the right and drive into the water. Keeping right, drive until you reach this rock face. Use the Spectre's boost to get onto the rocks and then drive along it, heading towards the control room. Behind the control room, you'll see this huge mountain. Carefully drive to its peak and exit the Spectre. Switch back to Anniversary mode and you'll find the Didact Doll. And that covers the 8 dolls in Halo 2 Anniversary. As always, each toy has an achievement, each achievement title appropriate for the corresponding doll. The Master Chief doll gets you the "And So It Begins" achievement, appropriate since it's the first doll you'll be likely to find. The Regret doll gets you the Regrettable Turn of Events achievement, appropriate on several levels: regret dying, the changing of the guard that results because of it, the eventual outbreak of the Great Schism, and probably more. The Arbiter doll gets you the Will of the Prophets achievement, appropriate since the Arbiter is, as Urtas Vadumi says,
The will of the prophets.
The Tartarus doll gets you the Chieftain of the Brutes achievement. I don't think I need to explain that one.
Tartarus, chieftain of the brutes will...
The Cortana doll gets you the Don't Make a Girl a Promise achievement, a quote Cortana and even Dr. Halsey have said a few times in Halo media.
Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it. Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it.
Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it.
Don't make a girl a promise you can't keep.
It's also rather appropriate to find that doll on the level Gravemind, given what happens to Cortana at the end of the game. The Librarian doll gets you the My Work Is Done achievement, which comes from something the Librarian said in the Halo 3 terminals. Interestingly, the picture for this achievement is of the Dreadnought, a Forerunner keyship that was used as part of the reseeding of the galaxy after the Halos fired. The Rampant Cortana doll gives you the I Like Crazy achievement, a reference to this line,
Unfortunately for us both, I like crazy.
and appropriate for what I think should be obvious reasons. And the Didact doll gets you the Pyrrhic Solution achievement. A Pyrrhic victory is a victory that was won at too great a cost to have been worthwhile for the victor. Defeating the Flood by using the Halos would have been a Pyrrhic victory in the eyes of the Didact. Finding all 8 toys gets you the Toy Box achievement, not much to dive into there. Although, the picture for this achievement is concept art of what looks to be the rubble, the primary setting for Halo the Cole Protocol, which makes an appearance in Halo 2 Anniversary's first terminal. There's not much of a relationship with the achievement, but that's pretty cool to see this location visualized if you've read the book. And another little fun fact, in the blur version of the Delta Halo cutscene, a Kig-Yar is teasing an Ungoy with one of the dolls, the doll changing depending on difficulty. On Easy, it's the Didact. On Normal, it's the Librarian, the Didact doll now laying in the background. On Heroic, it's the Chief, with Didact and Librarian in the background. And on Legendary, it's Rampant Cortana with Chief, Didact, and Librarian in the background. In the classic version of this cutscene, there's a similar variation depending on difficulty. But that's all for now. I hope this was helpful and insightful. Until next time, this has been Halo Canon. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this guide. Halo 2 Anniversary has a number of other collectibles, such as terminals and skulls, throughout the game. Guides for both are on screen now. If you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. Leave a comment too if you're up for it, I always enjoy hearing from y'all.